gentlemen. It's a great pleasure to be here, and I'm very thankful for the Cricket Association of Nepal to give me this opportunity. And everybody in Nepal has been very kind and hospitable, so it is a great experience till now. If I have to specifically speak about the cricket facilities, I think it is state of the art, and there's a brilliant cricket ground here just down the road. And I happened to go to the stadium. It was a beautiful facility there, so I'm very excited about it. And the reason, as Vinod Bhai said, the reason I agreed was like, definitely I wanted to work with a very good team. And I have seen the Nepal women's team also as an opponent coach. So I've always known the potential, what they had, their strengths, their limitations, and I always thought that they were so passionate. And as a coach, I can tell you that, when you're coaching passionate people who have a lot of passion for the game, this is a different kind of satisfaction you get. So that was one big reason. And obviously the qualifiers coming up is a great boost for the women players also, to showcase their talent and prove themselves. So up till now the journey has been fantastic. I was fortunate to be a part of the Thailand team which qualified for the World Cup. So I would say I have a little bit of experience about that. So how the opponents operate and what is required for this kind of tournament. So that definitely is going to help.
Thank you, Arshal. And now I would leave the floor open for the press to, if they have some questions.
When I took this job, I was very excited to find out what it is. And today I can see I saw them in a match situation, and I'm very optimistic about it. So of course it's going to be challenging, but the good part is there is ability there, there is talent, and the most important thing for any player or any team to be successful is a strong desire. That is what I felt as a coach, that the girls have a very strong desire to do well. So that is very important. So as you spoke about Harman, or even the Thailand team and all, it was all about creating an environment where you play courageous brand of cricket. You have that security to express yourself, going according to the team plans. Doing whatever is necessary to win. It's not about what I want or somebody wants. It is what is required. It's very important. So it might be a little bit out of your comfort zone, or sometimes it will be in your comfort zone. But getting that thing done, it will be crucial. So that is, and also one thing about learning, I always have this philosophy. You don't play cricket to learn. You go and compete. The competition itself teaches you lessons. You learn the lessons from the competition, you get better at it, and again compete. So it's a cycle which you do all your career. You play the match, you understand your strengths, you understand your limitations, you plan what you have to do, you practice it, and again play a match. And this cycle goes on for a whole career. That is how, that is what I encourage. So wherever we go to play, we go to compete. That is what I want to say. I think there is a very fair chance for us to qualify, because one aspect is that we are playing in the home conditions. Second is they have experience of playing those teams before, and I can definitely see some improvement in what I've seen them before. 3-4 years back, and now there are different different players in terms of the approach and all. So I'm very optimistic about it. Also, we have the home support. The Nepali people are so passionate about the game, and they love to support their own players, which is heartening to see. So I really hope, and I'm sure that there will be a lot of people coming and supporting us. The other thing I want to mention is that the Cricket Association of Nepal has done a wonderful job. They have created an environment where people and the players and the support staff have how do I say, the freedom to do what is right and what is required. So that support, I can tell you as a coach, is very important from the management to take courageous calls, to take the right calls, what is to be done. So I really appreciate that support. In terms of giving beautiful pitches, today's pitch you would have seen. It went to a super over. What a welcome for me. The first match I give, and I see a super over there, and it's a competitive game. So credit to them. And so overall, I find it very optimistic. Definitely, I can guarantee you guys that me as a coach and my team definitely will go there to win the tournament. Rest is, it's up to the results, but our intention is to win.
So what difference do you find about the conditions? Because you were grown up in Maharashtra, you played some matches as well, and you went to Thailand, served there for so long time, and I hope you have found something about the conditions of Nepalese pitches here. What differences do you find?
See, in India, where I come from, there are beautiful batting tracks. There's a lot of bounce and pace, especially in Maharashtra, Pune, and some of the regions. Because as you know, Maharashtra is divided into three different associations: Mumbai, Maharashtra, and Vidarbha. Where I come from, very good pitches where there is a lot of bounce. I think these pitches over here are also very good for batting. It's a fair track, so it depends upon how you exploit it as a batter, how you exploit it as a fast bowler or a spinner, what your plans are. So conditions are good, nothing to complain about. It's just different, and that's the beauty of cricket. Like because there are so many different conditions. That is why we wake up every day excited to see a match in Australia or England. Because if it was just same, I don't think so people would be so interested to watch the game or play the game. So that's the beauty of the game, that you have different conditions and you understand how to win in those conditions. So conditions are very good. I like the outfields, they're pretty fast, very good for good cricket, I would say. Whoever plays good cricket, they will get value from these conditions. That's what I see.
How do you see our team as a fielding and a batting unit? Because for the last 3-4 years, we have been cutting flat for our fielding and batting mostly. So how do you find our team in terms of fielding and batting development?
Let me talk about the batting first. What I saw today was fantastic intent. We all know that in any kind of format, right from the red ball test cricket or even T20, intent is very important. Intent of scoring runs, intent of bowling dot balls and taking wickets. I can see that from these girls. The intent is very nice. They want to hit the ball, they want to hit it in the gaps, and they're looking for runs. That's very heartening, and that's a great start for me as a coach. In terms of fielding, I would say, see, every team has some upsides in some departments and some scope of working in some departments. So we will definitely work on the fielding aspect, but I think we will work more on the tactical aspect of fielding. Obviously, we'll be doing some drills and everything, so that's the muscle memory where you are doing a lot of practices and all. But more important is the application of fielding in a match. That is what we are going to work. And I'm very optimistic with the open mind these girls have. I'm sure they'll pick up. And sometimes some departments take a little more time to improve. So we'll see how it goes. Yeah.
What made you come to Nepal?
As I said, when I started high performance in women's cricket, so like in terms of national, international teams, we played quite a few matches against Nepal when I was the coach, and also when I was doing men's cricket in Thailand, I used to keenly observe women's cricket. What I found was there was tremendous potential in terms of the attitude they play, the way they approach the game. And I've always been excited about coaching, passionate teams who really want to do well. That was one big factor. And by God's grace, there was an opportunity, and I'm thankful to the association that they gave me this opportunity. It's the passion what I thought.
Coach, we hope that you are here for some time, for good.
I hope to.
So, any long-term plans that you have for Nepali women's cricket?
Brilliant question. We all know cricket is a late maturing sport generally. If you think about a long-term athlete development planning in terms of an athlete development as well as a team development, it takes time because cricket is not an easy game. There are so many variables, as we know. So as long as you have the right intent in terms of development, like what we are looking at is creating a bench strength also. So when I spoke to Binod Bhai and Paras Bhai also, they were very strong on developing emerging teams and the juniors, especially the under-19s, which are the feeder groups for your national team. So your national team is the face of the association, and the feeders are actually, also pushing the seniors to do well, and as well as, so that healthy competition is very important. So I intend to support the same vision of having a very healthy competition, especially at junior level. You have to have the right habits, the right cricket values, the skill work, the technique also will be worked on, so that your game becomes easy. So nobody wants to get out, nobody wants to bowl a bad ball, but there are different things to it. So basically, when you're young, you develop the right habits about your technique or your skill, but you also develop good mental habits. So, like the gentleman said about the fielding aspect, definitely as a coach, I'm going to work very hard at a junior level, so that when those players come to the senior level, you don't have to address it. That's the whole idea. So, in a few years, we want to see that the pathway system is created in such a way, the practices and the games and the tournaments are created in such a way that a good team is a byproduct at the final stage, at the national level. That is what I'm looking for.
So coach, welcome to Nepal at first. You already mentioned that why you are the part of Team Nepal. You also elaborate about the potential of Team Nepal. My question is, before global qualifier, what are the areas we need to work seriously for the better result?
So you want to know first the specific thing for the qualifiers? I believe it's something to do little with all departments, but it's pretty heartening to see the way we are batting. So the intent part is there. It would be a lot of planning, the game plans. The other thing is the game awareness. We are trying to develop that, and I know it doesn't come overnight, but we are at least in that direction now. And obviously, we will become more proficient in that. For the global qualifiers, I think it's not the end of the world. Obviously, it's an important tournament, and we want to win it. That is the intent. But it's not the end of the world. As long as we have good plans, because tactics and plans are totally controllables. One of the controllables in cricket is your own tactics and your plans. As long as we are trying to implement that and getting 70–80% results in that, I think the qualification will be a byproduct.
So if we are done with the questions, so
Last question, sir. Last.
we'll take two more and then we'll end.
In one of your interview, you said batting is not something you improve one night. So my question is, do we have a time for improving our batting in a short span of time?
You mean for the qualifiers?
Yeah.
Of course, there is. See, honestly speaking, now, if I have to be very specific, I've seen other teams also play, in the world circuit. I don't see any shortfalls in our batting. It's all about aligning our batting lineup or batting plans and all. Fine tuning, I would say, is the word. We can definitely do it till the qualifiers, but to what degree, it depends on the ability of different players, or it will depend on. I can't give you a answer right away. It'll be seen, but I'll tell you there is a plan. There is a specific role which every player has, and they're going to do it. And the day it integrates, that is the day you get results. Then you keep on doing it. Then you start mastering. So there are phases to it. I'm definitely confident that we'll reasonably do well.
May I, sir? So basically, it's a 2 years contract. And qualifier is just one of the events that he's going to be part of. It was not only about looking after women's senior team, but overall women's cricket revamp गर्न खोजिरहेका छौँ. So right from junior cricket, under 19 cricket देखि लिएर सबै क्रिकेटमा चाहिँ उहाँको participation चाहिँ हुन्छ. We will have different coaches working with him, but he will have a bigger role to play in terms of developing women's cricket in Nepal. हामीले उहाँलाई खाली एउटा यो स्पेसिफिक इभेन्टको लागि कन्सल्टेन्ट बनाएर लिएर आएको हैन कि हामीले. त्यही भएर मैले सुरुमै उहाँलाई एड्रेस गर्दाखेरि उहाँलाई चाहिँ हेड अफ वुमेन्स क्रिकेट भने हो, वुमेन्स क्रिकेटको हेड कोच भने हो, वुमेन्स क्रिकेट टिमको हेड कोच चाहिँ भनेको थिएन. So he's going to look after the overall structure, and under him there will be coaches who will be working with specific teams, and he will be overseeing all of that. Of course, Cam will be supervising the overall structure around it. Your role चाहिँ उहाँको अलिकति a bigger role नै छ women's cricket. It's similar to what we've been used to in the past with men's cricket also. केही वर्ष पहिलेसम्म. अहिले we become more specific. तर women's cricket मा चाहिँ he will have a bigger role to play.